Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Nedarim page 90, which discusses a situation where a person makes a vow on a condition. And he does it in an unusual manner. He says that I am going to be forbidden from getting benefit from anyone in this entire world in the event that I get married and I'm not knowledgeable in Torah study. And the reason why he made this condition is because he wanted to motivate himself, to force his hand to make sure that he goes out and studies. Because once he would get married and not be knowledgeable, then we would say that this vow actually works, and therefore he will be forbidden to everyone. Now, of course, there is a way out. You could always go to a sage and have it removed. However, up until that point, until you're able to find the sage and that sage being able to remove it, he would actually be forbidden to everyone in the world. So first of all, we see a very fascinating idea. This guy was not able to learn. Maybe he had certain opportunities, but he used the vow to be able to really force himself to motivate himself to be able to learn. And this is an important lesson for ourselves. Sometimes we are not where we want to be in life, whatever that may be. Whether it's not exercising enough, not eating properly, maybe not studying enough, there's countless things that we may have as goals. But we procrastinate, we push them off. And the idea, sometimes a vow is helpful, that you make a commitment, a very strong, serious commitment to say, I'm going to be forbidden to the whole world, in this case, because you want to make sure that the goal that you always wanted, you're finally going to force yourself to do so. And that's what this guy did, in fact. The story continues and says that he literally ran, and he took a stick and his purse. What does that mean? So it means that, first of all, he didn't go slow. It was motivating enough because he realized that if he would first get married, there's a very strong possibility that he'll never end up learning. He'll have so many obligations and responsibilities that he'll end up not accomplishing anything in his life. Therefore, he realized this was his one opportunity to be able to make something when he is single, when he is independent, when he doesn't have all those responsibilities. And he ran. He didn't walk, which means he was motivated based on what he said to really try to accomplish. And he took his stick, which symbolizes that even when a person may have difficulty walking, you don't just give up. You grab a stick. Whatever obstacles you may face, you still continue to move forward. And he took his purse, which means that he used symbolically all resources available to be able to make himself successful, which perhaps could include that he paid for tutoring. He had special educated scholars that he compensated to make sure that he knew what he wanted to learn. Unfortunately, as the story tells us, he was not successful. And therefore, he was in a little bit of a bind because, for whatever reason, he was not able to reach those goals, even though he had all these different motivations to do so. And now the problem is, he wants to get married. So a sage told him, don't worry about it. The vow you said really didn't mean anything. In truth, the rabbi was saying something in a form of a trick, because this man otherwise would be so bad, feel so bad, that he would never end up getting married. So therefore, he ended up saying, you know what? It's okay. This is all right. You can go get married. Don't worry about what you said. You're not going to be forbidden to the whole world. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Just get married. It's okay. And he did. Of course, at that point, we say that the vow kicks in. And what does this person now do? So maybe he could say, you know what, I could live without all the obligations and all the connections to people. So interestingly enough, this great rabbi, he caused this man's face and clothes to get filthy. I don't know exactly how he did it. Put some mud on the guy's clothes and on his face, and he made him dirty. Why would he do such a thing? He did it strategically for this guy to now look and say, you know what? I really do need someone. I need to go to a laundromat to clean my clothes. I need someone to open up a bathhouse for me to wash my face and clean myself. And therefore, once he did that, he then realized that I should not have made this vow, and therefore the sage was able to have it removed.